Assalamu alaikum, welcome to 9 p.m. English news brought to you live by Télé Chaine. The headlines for tonight are: Saudi Arabia pilgrims, more than 2 million Muslim coverage on Mecca for Hajj, and Prime Minister service. The Prime Minister received the Somali delegation in Djibouti. Solidarity, the Egyptian are mobilized to support the diva Fatuma Mansour. That was the top stories, and now welcome to the national news. More than 2 million Muslims from around the world will start the Hajj pilgrim at the Islamist holiest city Wednesday. A religious duty and in a peak multi-stage journey. This year sees pilgrims from Shiite Iran return after a hiatus following a diplomatic dispute between the Islamic Republic and Sunni arch-rival Saudi Arabia. It also comes with the Gulf Emirate in political crisis and Islamic State group jihadists under pressure in Iraq and Syria. So the authorities have mobilized vast resources in hope of avoiding a repeat of the deadly 2050 stamp that left nearly 2,300 people a day, including 464 Iranians. Riyadh and Tehran cut ties months later after the execution of Shiite cleric in Saudi Arabia sparked attacks on Saudi diplomatic mission in Iran. The pilgrim also comes amid a diplomatic crisis between a Saudi-led bloc of Arab countries and Qatar, accused of supporting extremist groups and being too close to Riyadh's arch-rival Tehran. A blockade imposed on Qatar since June 5 has seen sea and air links shut down, preventing many Qataris from making Hajj, although Riyadh realized entry restrictions across its land border with the Emirate 2 weeks before the pilgrims. The causal religious gathering came with UAIC under pressure, having lost a swindle of territory it controlled in Iraq and Syria, but the group continues to claim attacks in Middle East and Europe. So all the authorities say they are ready for any eventuality. Interior Ministry spokesman General Mansour al-Turki say more than 1,000 security personnel had been deployed at various cities along the Hajj route. They approach the Eid al-Adha, which will be celebrated on Friday, 1 September 2017 in Djibouti, and the whole Muslim world. The clothing of the Eid remain an inevitable tradition for the small and even for the large, as the tradition dedicated the children as well as the great parent is the day of the Eid al-Adha of the finest clothes in the sunny morning of the 8th day of the month of Dhul Hijjah 1438. The drive wheels of the capital are plague of the world in search of new clothing for their children. Jewish have taken assault the stores, bazaar and state of Majlis in the center of the city, not far from the Mosque Hamoudi. The street crawls wall or with not even congestion of the cars and paths. Jewish forest of a shop has the other in search of the trouser of shirt or the foot until rapes, which for women. In the reaction, many of the customers have wishes good feast of the Eid al-Adha to Jewish and Muslim around the world, as well as to the President of the Republic, Mrs. Mohammed Ghali, and and the First Lady Khadra Mahmoud Haidi, and the member of the government. The Minister of Interior shall communicate that the day Tuesday 31 August, Friday and Saturday 1 and 2 September corresponding Yom al-Arafah and the celebration of the Eid al-Adha will be public holidays unpaid. The Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed has received in audience a delegation of Somalia at the head of the Minister of Port and Maritime Transport, Mr. Mrs. Mariam Awais and his colleagues, the Minister of Fisheries and Fishery Resource, Mr. Abdullahi Umar Wais. The delegation has been lodged with the Prime Minister by the Minister of Equipment and Transport, Mr. Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa. The meeting was attended by the Secretary General of the Office of the Prime Minister, Mr. Nigib Abdullah, Mr. Kamil, the advisor, Mr. Ali Sile, and the Maritime Director, Mr. Ali Mire, as well as the leaders of the International Maritime Organization IMO. This meeting with the Prime Minister of the delegation took place in the context of the work of the Somali Maritime Organization Kimbiski jointly by Djibouti and the IMO. The Somali Minister has indicated that the work took place suitable and thanked the Djiboutian authorities for their support, and it has invited the Minister of Transport to visit the country in order to share more than the experience and the cooperation between the two countries. On his side, the Prime Minister recalled that the government of Djibouti was already ready and will also be there to help the people of brother and friend of the Somalia. He pleaded for the reinforcement of the collaboration and urged the authorities to be vigilant in order to fight against maritime piracy and terrorism, inshallah. The President of the National Assembly, Mr. Mohammed Ali Ahmed, has received this Wednesday in his cabinet the delegation of parliamentarian Somali in working visit in Djibouti. The discussion between the President of the Chamber and its counterpart, a Somali counterpart, has focused primarily on the relations of friendship and cooperation between the two parliaments. The two sides of the President Mohammed, a large delegation parliamentarian, recalled that the delegation Somalian parliamentarian in Djibouti since a few days, and the objective of this visit was to validate the Maritime Code of Somalia in partnership with the International Maritime Organization Code, which will be submitted by the CETA as the prevail and to adaptation of the Somali Parliament, which headquarters has in Mogadishu. The President of the National Assembly welcomed the visit of his colleague Somalia to Djibouti in this period of celebration of the feast Al-Eid al-Adha. At the end of the meeting with the President Mohammed, the head of the delegation of the Somalian member, he gave an interview in which he thanked the President and his close collaborators for their warm welcome, and has indicated that the Somali Parliament intended to strengthen its relation with the one of the Djiboutian in many areas. The Minister of Health, Dr. Jami al-Muki, received yesterday afternoon in his cabinet delegation of UNFPA, the bottom of the United Nations for the population, composed on the Director and the Director Country Minister Nicole Potif of the Regional Director Dr. Sahbania, and the representative of the local office in Djibouti, Mrs. Aisha Ibrahim. The UN delegation met with the Minister of many subjects of cooperation. The Minister was surrounded by his main collaborators, who are Acting Secretary General Mr. Saleh Abdullahi. During this meeting, the two parts have discussed the ways and means to revitalize and partnership of the UNFPA through the elaboration of plan of work during for the next 5 years, 2018 and 2021-22. The Minister of Health referred to the importance of the technical support of UNFPA. He recalled that his department attended to transform the former hospital Bouvard in a medical pole of excellence dedicated exclusively to the health of the mother and the child. The Minister of Health, Dr. Jamil Mokie, stated that he was satisfied with the new 5-year plan aimed to strengthen and intensify the cooperation of UNFPA with the Department of Health in context of greatly improving the maternal and child health in the Republic of Djibouti. The Chief Department of Arab Country of the UNFPA, Mr. Potif, expressed his satisfaction and optimism in relation to the prospect of the partnership between the UNFPA and the Ministry of the Health in the next years. He qualified this partnership of important and fruitful. Mr. Potif has referred to the availability of the UNFPA to support all government initiatives because he said the Republic of Djibouti is a priority for UNFPA. The top UN officer also indicated that an additional effort will be provided by UNFPA, in particular in the execution of medicine for the benefit of the health and the mother and also the children. With the arrival of the hospital, Chinese Arch of Peace, which provided care for Djiboutian since a dozen days. The president of the Commune of Belbela, Mr. Bienvenue, has held yesterday evening in a cultural meeting on the impulse of the ancient of the last civilization were present at this occasion. The ambassador of the People's Republic of China, Mr. Hongqing Fu, the admiral of the Shibi Medical Company, the vice president of the Commune, Aden Mohammed Hamad, the technical advisor of the Minister of Culture, Mr. Idris Musa, as well as several members of the executive of the party RPP from Belbela, including Mr. Jama and Dabar Hufani. The program of the evening noting feat omitted the national anthem, folk dance, popular sing, Chinese classical musical lecture, demonstration or visual of the decorative exchange of experience, very rewarding to the point of work to separate the guest of mark between others. The ambassador of the People's of Chinese Republic to Djibouti, Mr. Fui Hongqing, the letter has expressed for its part his satisfaction and congratulated the PC of the president of the Commune of Belbela, Mr. Wapuri Noor, which no more committed to strengthening the relations of friendship between China and Djibouti in organizing shortly the first edition of the festival scene of Djibouti in the Commune of Belbela. The preparation for the Grand Council of Solidarity in the honor of Fatima Mansour are continuous since 2 weeks already. The result rooms of the group are Toba pen and does not pay the period of the artist. This last is currently producing many composers, singers, guitarists, and drummers or technicians of the sound and lights. Our activity to develop a program with a priority of song activities in 2 Council of Solidarity should take place. The first will take place on 2 September at the Place of the People, and the second, the 3 September to the Theatre of Saline. The Fatima Mansour Singers of Djibouti has started his career as a singer at the age of 50 years, and it's her start and long continue to shine. Her beautiful fine voice and melodious is very appreciated by the music lovers. She has been discussed on several occasions. She has been also especially rewarded during a festival of music which was held in Mauritius in the years 18. She has also organized concerts everywhere in the world, including Brazil or still in Australia, where she went to the meeting of the community today. Afar and Somali in diaspora. The voice of Fatima Mansour related more of a fan and connoisseur of the Jewish song. Achievement of tuberculosis. Fatima Mansour is currently confined to PA at the General Hospital. The artists are united in all corners of the country and in the 3 local languages because the family of artists remain united and individual and want to organize a concert for the diva of Jewish singers for her to offer the qualified care necessary for For this start high level, the great benefactor of Djibouti, former Minister of Commerce Rifki Abdulkader Bamakrama, has been able to provide mainly solidarity support to Fadwa Mansour. He has devoted a table which will be put in ocean on the evening of his concert at the place of the people. The moment of solidarity expressed by the Egyptian has Fatumaki Mansour, which has thanked the whole of the population and the first the President of the Republic and the First Lady. And the interview granted in Mariam Poha or Cecil, the diva Fatma Mansour, thanked all of the Egyptians to the impulse of the Minister Solidarity to organize a concert in support its favor. This solidarity is expressed in Egyptian diaspora by the wall and especially among young Egyptians from the city and the region that also thank. She has asserted that the President of the Republic and the First Lady have been the first to have manifested the solidarity to war. She thanked them from the bottom of their head, which has been very valuable for his care. This morning, the Prime Minister and the members of the government have made a gesture that so many appreciated. In the framework of the operation of education of start animals, the City Hall of the City Djibouti shall inform the whole of the population that activities of collecting and will be eradicating phenomenon from the 5th September 2017. In effect, the owners must know once the public space is not a journey of pasture, or they can release their animals with the input need, and the later will be captured and slaughtered. The family of Osman Omar and Nehma received Mumin, their son Radwan Osman Omar, lost his home since later window a week. Radwan suffered mental illness. Any person with information could contact this number 7788 4906 or take the rounding closer. And now moving on to the regional news. After hosting heavy snow pouring down on eastern Texas and Louisiana, torrential rain is said to cause more misery, with a trail of destruction already costing tens of billions of dollars, and the total of the latest 20 on Wednesday heavy, which began as a hurricane and then became a tropical storm, went on the Bata a stretch of coast from Port Arthur, Texas to Lake Charles, Louisiana. That's it for tonight's news. Thanks for being with us and have a wonderful evening.